Imagine a world without your wallet. No credit cards, no crumpled bills, no spare change jangling in your pocket. It's not some distant, alien civilization I'm describing. This was human society for most of our history. So, how did we get anything done? How did you get a loaf of bread, a new pair of sandals, or a sturdy axe? For a long, long time, we relied on a system of mutual aid and social obligation. It was a cosmic ledger, held in the collective memory of a small community. You helped your neighbor build a hut, and they'd share their hunt with you. There was no explicit price tag on anything, just a shared understanding of cooperation. This system worked beautifully in small, tight-knit tribes where everyone knew everyone else. It was less about trade and more about survival. As societies grew and strangers began to interact, a new system emerged: barter, the direct exchange of goods and services. It seems simple enough, right? I have an extra spear and you have a surplus of pottery. Let's make a trade. The biggest one is what we call the double coincidence of wants. Imagine I'm a fisherman with a boat full of cod. I need a new pair of shoes. It's not enough to find a shoemaker. I have to find a shoemaker who happens to be craving a large quantity of fish right now. Let's say you raise cattle and you want to buy a single loaf of bread. How do you do that? You can't exactly offer the baker a fraction of a live cow. Furthermore, how do you establish a standard of value? How many chickens is one cow worth? The solution when it came was brilliant in its simplicity. Instead of trading goods directly for other goods, people started trading for a third intermediate commodity, something that everyone in the community agreed had value. In coastal regions, seashells like cowries became a popular form of currency. They were beautiful, durable, and hard to counterfeit. On the island of Yap in Micronesia, they used giant stone discs called rye stones, some weighing several tons. In agricultural societies, the chosen commodities were often things essential for life. Bushels of wheat, barley, or rice became a medium of exchange. Salt was another famous example, so valuable that the word salary comes from the Latin salarium, which was the payment Roman soldiers received to buy salt. These items were the first universal translators of value. This step was a profound cognitive shift. We moved from valuing things for their immediate use, I can eat this fish, to valuing things for their potential for exchange, I can trade this shell for anything. Money, at its core, is a technology. It's a tool that helps us cooperate on a massive scale. While shells and barley were a huge improvement, they still had their drawbacks. The next great leap in the story of money came with the discovery of metals. Gold, silver, and copper were just perfect for the job. They were durable, they don't rot or decay. They were easily divisible. You could melt them down and make smaller units. Initially, people traded chunks and nuggets of these precious metals by weight. To solve this problem of trust and standardization, a new innovation appeared around the 7th century BCE in a kingdom called Lydia, in modern-day Turkey. They had the brilliant idea to pre-weigh the metal and stamp it with an official seal. This was the invention of the coin. That stamp, typically bearing the image of a king or a god, was a guarantee. Suddenly, you didn't need scales anymore, you could just count the coins. This streamlined commerce in a way that was previously unimaginable. This technology spread like wildfire across the ancient world. The Greeks, the Persians, and later the Romans adopted coinage with enthusiasm. Roman coins have been found as far away as India and China, a testament to the power of this new form of money to connect distant corners of the globe. For over 2,000 years, coins made of precious metals were the dominant form of money. But carrying around large quantities of heavy coins was risky, and let's face it, pretty inconvenient. This leap gave us paper money, an invention that first took hold in China during the Tang and Song dynasties. They would deposit their metal money with a trusted agent who would issue them a paper certificate or promissory note. The government saw the efficiency of this system, and by the 11th century, took over the printing of official, state-backed paper currency. It was a revolutionary moment. This was the birth of fiat money, money that has value not because of what it's made of, but because a government declares that it has value. Today, most of the money in the world is fiat money. In fact, most of it isn't even paper, it's just digital bits in a computer network. The journey of money has been one of increasing abstraction, from concrete goods, to desirable commodities, to precious metals, to paper promises, and finally, to pure information. Each step required a greater degree of collective trust. We trust that the numbers in our bank account can be converted into food, shelter, and energy. This entire global economic system, this vast, intricate dance of trillions of daily transactions, is built upon this shared faith. It's perhaps the largest and most successful cooperative project in the history of the human species. The story of money is the story of us. It's the story of how we learn to trust each other on a planetary scale.